We're Janet and Dennis Mittleman. We've been members of Temple Israel for 34 years. Well, Westport was the first community on the line up from Westchester that had an acceptable amount of Jews living in the area that we could afford. And we picked Temple Israel because we are Reformed Jews. And at the time, even now, it was really the only game in town. Westport sort of offered everything that we wanted: a great school district for our kids, an acceptable Jewish population, and a little more country than we were used to in Westchester.
Both our kids went to religious school here, or bar mitzvahed here, bat mitzvahed here. So we've been involved in the congregation in many, many different ways.
I was many things before I became Temple president, but I did become president of Temple Israel from 2000 to 2004. It was the 4 years that we had a huge fundraiser and built the new building. It was quite an exciting but difficult time to manage a very large congregation and everything that everybody wanted when we weren't on site for, it was probably a year or a year and a half of construction.
I became involved on the House Committee early on when Temple Israel sponsored along with several other congregations in the area, built a house up in Bridgeport with Habitat for Humanity. I became involved in that, so much so that I'm still with Habitat for Humanity building houses up until this day.
The programs over the years have really been wonderful and allowed us to explore many different opportunities. Years ago, we used to have a lecture here every year called the Tzedakah Lectures. There were amazing people who came here, from Mario Cuomo to Dr. Ruth. So fascinating learning opportunities, and really made us feel like we were really an integral part of the rest of the world being here in Westport. And the early childhood program, which I'm still somewhat involved in, is just busting at the seams now. It's just very exciting to watch.
Over the years now, it's grown, and it's grown well. And the staff we have now are phenomenal. And I think people enjoy coming to services much more than ever before.
He still misses some of the old tunes, though.
I still like the old tunes.
They've energized the services in the past few years, I think, to the credit of Michael Friedman and Julia Cadrain, where the music is magnificent, the involvement and the engagement of the congregation is just very unique. So it's really been wonderful, wonderful.
The new team is a great team. With the addition of Rabbi Pleasant, he's done a lot for programming with the younger kids, and I think that's magnificent that he offers these type of things for our congregants and for the kids of the congregants.
And it is a team. You can tell they work together. You can tell they spend time weekly determining how services are supposed to look and feel, and what they want their congregation to get out of it. Oh God, it means we're getting older and older. 75.
I think it's impressive that it's been here 75 years in the same location, basically. The facility has just met the needs of the community from its inception until today.
And at a time when so many congregations today are folding or having to merge with others, and that we are as blessed as we are to have the team we have and to have a congregation that is this committed, 75 years still standing and growing is remarkable, is really terrific. I think the education program here is the thing I'm probably most proud about, whether it's our religious school, our early childhood, or our adult learning. There's a focus on education here that is very appealing for me. I feel very strongly from a personal perspective that Temple Israel is the place that taught me how to be a Jew. That even though I grew up being Jewish, I really, really didn't understand Judaism and my personal Judaism until I got here and started to learn. And I feel like it hasn't stopped. She has changed the focus of the religious school to really make it much more palatable and accessible to our congregants. She also looks at education from a Jewish perspective in an experiential way, so that the more that kids can experience their Judaism in many of the in many opportunities that involve them in the world, that they grow more as a Jew.
What does it mean to you to be a Jew today?
Sometimes very difficult, but filled with pride. It's a very difficult time to accept what others think about Jews. I never in my life, throughout my life, have believed that there was as much anti-Semitism as there is today, and it's a very, very sad moment in time for that. So that's very hard. But in some ways, it also makes me that much more committed, that much more devoted to being a Jew and being proud of it.
Temple Israel has provided us with a community and connections with our friends, and that's how we become friendly with a number of people through the temple. So that's a key for us here in Westport and with Temple Israel.
Temple Israel has offered myself and my family a place of connection and community unlike any place we've ever been. There are bricks running into the new school wing, which is not new anymore, it's 20-something years old, but for me it's still new. And the very first brick, when you go out there, was one that we bought, and on it is written, the Mittlemans found a home here. And I think that still says it all. This is our home.